Hey everybody, it's tough. It's been a while. I just looked at my last uploaded video to my channel was 7 months. It's about right, honestly. Some of you know all the details are on my community Discord, but between a hurricane, was Hurricane Helene last year, 2024, and a job layoff and subsequent moving to a new living space. I've been unable to do literally any of this for about 7 months. It's been wild. I was lucky in that my area in the southeast was not one that got literally deleted. There were towns in like North Carolina that actually for real got removed off the map from like mudslides and dam breaks and stuff. It was crazy. Nothing like that. Just a lot of property damage from trees. But all the power lines and infrastructure is above ground for the most part here. And it took weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks to get anything back. And it's still honestly, it's still a bit of a mess in some places. But anyways, I don't need to go on and on about that. My life's been a little spicy for for a minute, but here we are. This poor guy sent me his orb for mod right around the time that started, so I've literally had this for basically 6-7 months. It's been a while. One of the things that he wanted done was analog mod, and what I'm wanting to show you now is just a change, a departure from a long-standing approach that I've had. So there's an analog stick in here, a full-size one. This is not a Joy-Con like flat small stick. This is a full-size like Xbox controller stick, and it is not Hall Effect. It's the new TMC. That's probably the wrong acronym. It's basically a similar thing. There are no analog potentiometers, so I'm going to be using these from now on. They're available and they're affordable, and they're the same size, so that's cool. We'll get some more longevity, a lot more longevity out of these things. But I've got here kind of how I used to do it, and then what I'm doing now. And what I'm wanting to show is just kind of like the height difference is really what I've achieved. You can see it here. There's no more dome. I used to have a dome and a skirt, and that was to kind of protect the innards. You can see them in this picture. You can see kind of the innards of the stick. I'm not that worried about it because it's covered by the stick hat for the most part. So I don't think a lot of debris is going to get in there. But getting rid of the skirt, the trade-off here is getting rid of the skirt. What I mean by that, I mean this piece here, because this would protect, but it was never perfect, and it was always really difficult. But I had to add height to it to make it work, and this dome is as well. So like this whole thing would sit quite a bit higher. Ooh, it's escaping. Would sit quite a bit higher off the surface, and so like the ergonomics of your thumb, like your thumb would be like up here. And I have the same problem on the Tuth Pad, so I'm gonna apply this. I'm gonna redesign this to be a similar setup. I can get rid of some height and bring my thumb in or down, in, as opposed to like out here. That's the idea. And you can really see like the difference in like the heights if I kind of lay them on their side. You can see like this guy. That's not in there. That's a poor example. I have another one. Hold on. That's blurry. Wow. This was a bit of a failed attempt. I didn't glue it in straight, but you can get the same idea. So like you can see how tall this is versus how tall this is. It's a dramatic difference. To be specific, it's on the order of like 4 to 5 millimeters. Doesn't sound like a lot, but visually you can see. No, it's quite a bit more than that. It's got to be. I've done my math wrong. That's more than 4 millimeters. This this effect here where it would push your thumb out, because you really would have to do like one of these numbers, and you're working your thumb like this because the stick is really this tall. Now it's much closer in. It feels much more like the Joy-Cons, the Joy-Con sticks, because those are quite a bit smaller. But so we get the benefit of it being kind of lower profile with having like full range of motion and it being non-analog. Well, it is analog, but it's not the old school carbon strip analog sticks that would wear out. These are the no friction electronic sticks, so they're cool. But you do get analog output, which is the important thing. And I've still got this sled for the thumb. This really hasn't changed a lot. I can do it one-handed, I promise. Yeah, so all in all, not too bad. I'll probably continue to refine this design as I do. Maybe I'll find a way to bring this, like protect this more, this gap. I'm really not worried about it. When you look at it like this, like the hat, the stick hat covers it quite well. I guess there's a world where this thing wears and it will get debris, but you had the same problem. We had the same problem with this. So like, yeah, you had the, do it. Yeah, you had the stick skirt and this dome kind of protecting. You can see it right here on the tough pad. Like, yes, you do have like a skirt and a dome protecting the innards of the stick body, but this interface where the bottom of the stick post, like the not sure how else to say it. This is so blurry. Autofocus is bad. But like where the bottom here contacts the bottom here, and as you move it around, like this, even on this design, it's still in there, exposed to the innards of the stick, and there's still friction. So like that hasn't changed, and that's not going to change. That kind of can't change. This is the same. It's the same thing on your Xbox controllers and your PlayStation controllers. It's the same problem. So really what this is achieving is keeping like dust and maybe your skin and like sweat out. But the hat is big enough here. I think it achieves the same thing. And this gap, you see like the size of the gap here is so much smaller. It's just big enough to allow full range of motion, but like the rest of the Switch body is protected also by this. So I think we'll see over time, but I think this is an acceptable solution. It brings, I think, the pros and cons here. The pros are so good, and just the fact that it brings everything down is pretty great. So yeah, anyways, that's it. It's been a while, and I did kind of get my stuff set back up, my tools and my printers and my PC with my CAD software package on it is all back and set up, and I'm back doing this work again after basically half of a year, a little bit more than half of a year away from it because of spicy life situation. So anyways, that's all. Channel's not dead. I'm not dead. My work isn't dead. It just took a break. And here we are again. And yeah, as this continues to iterate, I'll give you guys more updates. But yeah, anyways, there you go. Let me know what you think. Hope y'all are doing okay, and catch you later. Bye.